welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are reviewing Anora, a film by Sean Baker.
We did Red Rocket.
Okay, you saw Red Rocket?
Did. I didn't see the Florida Project, though. No, that's not true. I saw the first 15 minutes of the Florida Project 3 times.
Oh, no!
And then I turned it off because I can't get past the first 15 minutes. And I really like Willem Dafoe. So I keep trying, but I just haven't made it. And maybe it's because each of the 3 times has been on a plane.
Okay.
So
it's stationary.
It's easy to just jump out because there's a lot of other things to select from. And I don't know, that first 15 minutes is hard to engage. It's like these kids running around a parking lot. Yeah.
You're like, nope.
Yeah.
Have you seen Tangerine?
I have not, but you've recommended that.
Yeah. So I had to remember after seeing this movie, I was like, oh, wait, he did Florida Project, didn't see that. Red Rocket, didn't see that. But I did see Tangerine, and I thought it was pretty good. Anora, which went to the Cannes Film Festival, has a Palme Award.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of buzz around it. What are your thoughts?
I liked it. It was it's set in New York, which of course then you automatically try to figure out where they are in New York, and they're out in Brooklyn in the Coney Island area, from what I can tell. So that was fun to watch. And it was almost like a caper more than anything else.
Yes.
It reminded me of Zola a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
Which I liked a lot. Mikey Madison did a really good job. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great. I don't know that I would have, if I had seen a bunch of movies that went to Cannes, that I would have said this is the one that's going to win the Palme d'Or. But I wouldn't have said that about Titane either, or some of the other movies that have won in the past. So I'm not a good judge of that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I would have chosen this film versus some of the other films that have. I mean, I haven't seen them all. I think maybe it's just been this one and The Substance so far. I guess from the trailers and things to seeing this film, one thing that stands out for me is how much I guess I didn't anticipate this being so funny. Mm-hmm. From the very beginning to I mean, I'm trying not to spoil this at all, but the second act, when it becomes a caper and running around Brighton Beach, and it's just really funny. The dialogue is just very off the cuff. I feel like the actors probably had a lot of freedom to say and do things, because I feel like there is some wasted time in negotiating and arguing and things like that, and being kind of boisterous. That I don't know if it adds to the story, but it definitely gives more depth around what's happening. I think Mikey Madison did a good job. Would I say that it's Oscar nomination? Probably not. Yeah. I think there are other supporting characters that did a really, really good job. I think she definitely stands out, but I just think that there's way too much comedy, especially in the Ivan character or Vanya character, that it offsets the balance that I feel like there would be between getting to know characters in a very deep way. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. And also, some of the side characters, I spent a lot of time thinking, do I know that person from another movie? They just look so familiar.
Yes, definitely.
I looked them up later and I don't know them from other movies. I couldn't figure out why they look so familiar, but they do.
Kind of the familiar character archetypes, but also I felt like the Act 2 was very developed. It felt like this is the momentum that the movie should have in the beginning. things happen and like you get to know these characters in a different way and they offer a different type of flavor. And I just felt like the connection just wasn't there in the beginning. It was just very much like, this is transactional, this is happening, and then it turns it up, and then in the third act, I was just like, oh, like now you're getting to some emotion. um it's a wind down, you're seeing what's happening, and and then you start to feel like characters are breaking out and are having moments, and yeah, I just wish the connection was in the beginning.
Great. Let's go to the slides. So we were close. I gave it a 3 for acting because I really like the guy who ends up driving her back to her house.
Yes, the
Yes.
Igor character, who's kind
Yeah.
of silent and kind of takes a lot of stuff. No, I thought that like he did a good job. I felt like the 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 Wrangler, I guess, did a very good job. Um, I thought the acting was
Photos.
okay.
Yeah. We're pretty close on everything else. Rater's Choice, I gave it a little bit higher, and Story, I gave it a little bit higher than you did.
I would recommend this. However, I felt like there were opportunities to make it a little more like connective, if that makes sense. Like there was no twist, there was no nothing. Like I wish that there was a reason why the family didn't want them to be together. You know what I mean? Like it'd have been different if like he was underage and that would have been like, oh no, 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 no. Like, you know, given the behavior, you would have thought. But like there really wasn't anything other than that. And I kind of wish that there was. Like, what happens if he were sick? Or what happens if like he was going to take, I think it was alluded to, he was taking the family business, but it didn't seem like he was mature enough to one, stand up to his parents or even articulate like what he was going to do in life. And
Mm.
I feel like that just fell flat. It was very transactional of like, oh, this person is going to save me, and that's it. But instead of, you know, okay, what is this person going to do with his future? But maybe it's the immaturity of Annie and alongside the immaturity of Yvonne. But yeah, it's just I don't know. For what it was marketed as, it was like, oh, it's the new Pretty Woman. I'm like, that's very strong points, as they're completely different.
I thought it was good. I recommend that people go see it. Um, yeah,
Well, I have to say that this movie had impressive jewelry.
it did. I feel like we didn't get close-ups on a lot of it, but that's all right. It was integral to the storyline. So I thought that worked. So I gave it a 3, but I do wish we had seen like more like close-ups of it.
Yeah.
That'd be my only uh wish on the jewelry category. Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Well, looking forward to award season movies. I think more movies that have picked up for distribution from award season, international award season are coming. So, very excited about that. Anything
Um,
on your radar?
I think is it Small Things Like These? I'm gonna see hopefully next week. If I can clear a few things out of the way. I do want to see that. There's a Liam Neeson action movie out right now, which looks just fun. So if I have time to get to that, I will. Memoir of a Snail, which I will shout out because it's a small independent movie. I don't know that a lot of people are going to see it, but they should. And also A Real Pain, which also seems relatively independent, not super small though. I did see Conclave, so I'm looking forward, if you have a chance to see it, of talking about that with you.
Oh yeah, that is definitely on the list. Very interested in how seeing what the film is about. I'm
Yeah,
like hearing good things, and I'm like, okay, great. Now I have to find it.
I know, because that's what's wrong. Well, that's one of the things that's wrong with having like these Oscar movies around the holidays. Like, who has time for this? Like, put them in January. I have plenty of time in January to watch movies.
No, because by that time they have to make all their decisionings for I get at least the American award season. So yeah, it is tough.
Shut
It's
up.
like,
Why do we have to have the Oscars in February? Like, let's have them in March. Like,
you
look,
know what? You're absolutely right. And they actually were in March a couple years ago. Uh Things that have changed, the pandemic and also other award shows, like I think it was like the Grammys at some point ran very close to Oscars, ran very close to Fashion Week. So people would have to zip between New York and LA, which is one of the reasons why they changed it. But yeah, there was a what when was that? I want to say it recently became like a February, March thing. It used to be March.
make
And
April. I'm not picky. Like, let's just not shove it all
yeah,
in the holiday time period. I feel like they could make more money.
I agree with you. I think, yeah, I don't know. Because, yeah, Golden Globes used to be during like uh President's Day weekend.
Mm.
And then you get like a month essentially, and then it'd be the Oscar season. It's like, nope, it's back to back. So
Yeah. Oh well. If I were in charge of everything, that's what I would do.
put Chris in charge.
Right.
And
We'll
you
vote
get a
on that
good
after
host
this.
too.
Yeah, we'll vote on that after this next week. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.